You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
We got a #1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we bout to get down. 10 kills on the board right now. Just wiped out Tomato Town. My friend just gone down. I revived him. Now
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the We're Just Talking podcast. It's me, Saeed, Mariovi here. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us for this week's episode. I'm good, man. Excited for this upcoming week.
This is July.
This is my 4th of July. This is currently my weekend. So some of you know I work weekends, and Mondays and Tuesdays are my days off, and so we record on Monday. So nice having some days off.
So do you get I guess Sunday off because of the holiday, or they're still rolling things out, or I guess still doing things, should I say?
No, I do, thankfully. So federal holidays we get off. We don't get a lot of holidays off, but 4th of July is one of them, thankfully. So Sunday I'm off. So that'll be a
3-day
weekend. Yeah, that'll be a 3-day weekend, but I'm also going to take Saturday off. So that'll be a long weekend for me.
Exciting. I didn't know that people have like days off for holidays. I wasn't entirely sure. Because a lot of people, like family members and stuff, said that they were off Monday. I was like, well, 4th of July is Sunday. My
girlfriend Emma's off Monday, and I find it odd. I was like, really? They do that? I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't until I was talking to my mom today, and she was like, well, usually jobs do it is if a holiday falls on a Saturday, then you get Friday off, and if it falls on a Sunday, like 4th of July is, then you get that Monday off. And so I wasn't sure. I went and checked my calendar for the teams, for Microsoft Teams, and I saw that like usually our planning thing is on a Monday, and it was for Tuesday. So I was like, oh, okay, well maybe we are off Monday. So I didn't ask, no one said nothing. I feel like everybody just understood that that's what we were off. People be taking days off.
Definitely ask somebody.
I know. Well, I'll probably just show up.
I think you should.
The good thing is that since it's remote, right? So I just have to join the meeting. But if no one's on the meeting, if I don't hear the little thing come off saying like the meeting started, then I'm not gonna. I'm like, I guess not. No, I'll probably ask. Problem is that like people just be doing random, like taking days off, taking time off, and just like people. I saw like a bunch of people just off like the whole week. They took like this whole week, so they've been off since like last. Friday was the last day. They were off. The weekend this whole week, and then they're gonna be off again Monday. So they took advantage. I don't know what they're doing, but yeah, I'm excited for 4th of July. We're doing like a potluck at my aunt's house for the Sunday.
Nice.
Bought fireworks, and so I can get into that a little bit of how that process was. I feel like I got played buying fireworks this year, and as I discussed, I feel like it's always something when we go buy fireworks. It's either some type of argument. It's just something that goes down. And this weekend, we said, all right. I might have mentioned last time that we saw a post for this fireworks stand that we go to, and in the fireworks stand they said that fireworks were going to remain for the same price as they were last year. If you went this past Thursday through Saturday. If you went through those days, then the fireworks will remain the same price. If you went Sunday going forward to 4th of July, there was going to be a price increase, and that was because of China not wanting us to have our democracy. And the post said a lot of this stuff like that, and them limiting us, and they're forced to increase their prices because of this.
As a reminder for those who forgot, Isai lives in Texas.
yes. And this place to get fireworks, you can't really get them. You can't get them in Dallas because they're illegal in Dallas, in the city. So, or in the county. So you have to go right outside the county, and Dallas County can get pretty big. So once you get out in the countryside a little bit is where you start getting fireworks stands and stuff like that. So we decided that we were going to go on a Saturday morning. And that was because my uncle, he wanted to go, or my aunt's husband, I usually say my aunt's husband, but he wanted to go. And so in his kids, so my cousin, and they wanted to get fireworks. And we've been getting fireworks for years. And I think that they haven't really, that's not like a thing they've been doing because they are illegal in Dallas. And so they tend to not want to do illegal things. But I found out the fine was only $250. So I thought, that's not, it's not like jail time or anything. It's not that bad.
Oh, that's illegal-ish.
Yeah, right. It's not like it's. I thought it was like bad the way they make. I mean, they have like so many cops out and stuff that they made it seem like it's a big deal. Like you're getting in
Yeah.
trouble, but no, it's just like a fine. It's like, all right, well, anyways, so we decided to go this Saturday. I was like, all right, fine. And then somehow convinced my dad that maybe we should ask everybody to see if they want to go, right? Make it like a thing.
Yeah.
Well, my other uncle decided to go and he brought his kid, which is my other cousin, which is a girl.
Is this the blind uncle or
No, so this is now we're on my dad. Now we're Psycho John. We're on my dad's side of the family. My dad has three
Oh,
sisters, so all of their husbands basically. And so well two of them.
wait, so you call that's interesting. So you call your aunt's husbands and partners your uncle.
Yeah, what do you call them?
Nothing.
I usually
I don't I don't yeah,
I usually
I don't
well so like
I wouldn't address them. I wouldn't address them. I don't think I would address them. Like I would just say like, "Hey, what's up?" Kind of like I wouldn't say like, "Hey, Uncle Bob,"
oh
you know?
no, I don't okay, so for the purposes of the podcast, I'm referring to them as uncle.
Ah,
So people
okay.
understand like who I'm talking about. Like because I found usually what I'll say a lot of times is I'll say like my aunt's husband. And I feel like a lot of people
Right. Okay.
a lot of people that I've talked to are like, why don't you just say that that's your uncle? But like
Oh, well,
I don't.
no, don't feel pressed by those people who
Oh,
say you're
okay.
doing it the right way.
Yeah,
Those
I
people are
don't
doing
ever
it.
say like uncle this, uncle that. No. One of them is his name is Brian, the other one's name is Albert, and then Kyle is the cop. And
Mm.
that just throw it out there.
Is there always? I feel like Texas is one of those places. Like there's always a cop in in the family,
In the
like pretty
family,
close.
I'm not sure there was no cops in my family, but before, so like I mean, my dad, like I said, my dad has three sisters, and so they're the
Yeah.
ones who married. So one of them, the oldest sister, has her husband's Mexican, but then the next sister, Puerto Rican. Brian is
Mm.
Puerto Rican. So as you can tell, there's you've experienced there's a lot of jokes going around with the Puerto Ricans because they are Puerto Rican. Brian is from New York City.
Oh, nice.
And so he grew up in New York City. I forgot which part of New York. I think he came down to Texas like when he was like teenage years, probably getting close to teenage years. And then Kyle is white, and Kyle's like 6 foot something giant.
Is he the cop?
He's the cop. He's the guy the cops you see that have like he has no hair, so he's shaved. He has it shaved down, very buzz cut, and he has like the Oakley shades. Like that's him. So I think
So
it's funny.
he's like a sheriff.
He looks like one of those people, right? Like he works
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Grand Prairie Police Department. I don't know what exactly he does now. I think he does either he's like on the motorcycle or I don't know. I haven't talked to him that much, but he is a cop. Yeah, he's a cop, and so
Nice.
prior to him, being in the family, he's been in the family long, and I mean, I guess for a long time now, for at least 10 plus years. I don't know why he still feels very new to me, but he's been there for a little while. But yeah, he's a cop, so I guess that kind of helps a little bit with the fireworks because where they all live, they all moved to Grand Prairie all of a sudden within the past few years. All the sisters except my dad. My mom decided to stay in Oak Cliff. So, anyways, that's a story for another day. But well, we pop fireworks in Grand Prairie. We are gonna pop fireworks at my aunt's house this year, and usually we pop fireworks at my house or my grandmother's house on my mom's side, and usually that's around heavily populated like the cops where the cops will show up. Like, if we're close to houses, like it's usually kind of sketch.
Yeah.
But this year we're going where they are in Grand Prairie, and Grand Prairie is like it's in Dallas County, but it's not Dallas, it's their own little city, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't consider them cities. If you don't have a skyline, I feel like you're not really a city.
Oh well, then you would offend a lot of people by saying that. Does Dallas have a skyline? Are there tall
heck
buildings?
yeah, we got a big skyline.
I always say if you have your own like police department, for example, then you're your own thing, basically.
Yeah, well, so then he's the Grand Prairie, and they live like in a nicer area where the streets are wide, and there's a near they live like a few feet from a golf course, and
Nice.
so I guess we're gonna go over there to pop fireworks. And I think, like I said, Kyle's a cop for that Grand Prairie municipality, so I think he has a little bit of pull there with the popping of the fireworks.
Right.
I guess time will tell. We'll see this weekend. This is gonna be my first time popping fireworks with them, and so I don't know how cool they are in terms of popping fireworks. Usually, I mean, like I said, for years, the reason why we never did it over there is because no one's ever been cool with popping fireworks and doing things like that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody became cool. I guess people were getting older, and everybody became cool this year.
Well, they said if we can survive a pandemic, we can survive a $250 fine.
Exactly. So we.
Wait, so you said, sorry, before we get into the story.
No, go.
So you said potluck. So like, first of all, how big is this group? How many people? How many? And what are you bringing to the potluck? Are you gonna just say like whatever your parents bring, part of it is from me, or are you gonna like go out and get something?
No. So I guess first of all, I should probably already mention I've actually moved out from my parents' house.
Okay.
I don't think I brought it up. I haven't brought it up, but I've been out for a little while now. I haven't been living
News
with
to
them.
me.
So I know I don't know why I don't ever bring it up. I just kind of stay quiet on that. But I'm not with my parents. So usually when I go over there, I'm separate, right? I'm not. Now, like when there's birthdays and they have like little celebrations, I have to bring my own money and I have to, give them my own card and my own thing. I'm no longer.
You're your own party.
I'm my own party. I can no longer go with them and say, hey, we brought this. Or when it's Christmas gifts, and it's from all four of us, my brother too.
Yeah, you just freeloading off your
parents. Now I have to provide, and so we had a potluck for Father's Day, and I had to make a meal, and I made this like Cajun Alfredo pasta, which I've pretty much perfected because I made so many times. But for this potluck, so like I said, my dad has 3 sisters. And so there's 4 of those kids and my grandparents, and then with their spouses, right? So there's my dad, his 3 sisters, and of course the spouses. And then for kids, each family has 2 kids, with the Puerto Ricans having 3. So all in all was 2, 4, 6, and then 9 plus the 8, 17.
I'll let you do that, man.
It's about 19 people that are going to be there, and so maybe give or take. And so obviously most families are going to bring something, maybe 1 or 2 dishes. I don't know if I was going to bring anything. I keep telling everybody that I'm going to bring chicken McNuggets from McDonald's, because there was
keep their expectations low. That's good.
I was like, maybe I'll just buy like 80 McNuggets, put them in a small bowl so it looks like there's like a lot of them, and like it just have like a little
80 is a lot of them.
I feel like 80 is not a lot. I feel 80 is not a lot for all those people, because
yeah, if do they expect you to bring whatever you bring to serve 19, or is it like this is gonna serve 6 and whoever the first 6 to get it?
Well, see, that's the thing. I feel like with us, I don't know, maybe this is all Mexican families, like like you have to have enough, so even if all 19 people are not going to eat them, like you have to have enough for those 19 people. And
so, 4 nuggets a piece isn't going to do
it. So I was like, I don't know if that's enough, but I'm trying to keep my bill under a certain amount, right? Because I'm not trying to go all out. I'm like, wait, now I'm getting to steak territory. Now I could just skip this whole thing, the whole meal part, and go get me a steak. And
so you're trying to feed 20 people with under $20. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not trying to go over that because now in my head I'm thinking, okay, I'm paying a $20 cover fee to get to this party, and I provide the fireworks. So I don't know how I feel about this.
So that's so interesting. So that's where your head goes before thinking of the food that you're gonna eat that you didn't bring.
Oh, yeah. Before I think about, I'm thinking, okay, $20 cover fee that gives me a small buffet. And
why are you calling it a cover fee if it gets you a small buffet? Usually a cover fee is just for nothing.
I don't know. Because I feel I feel like I'm not guaranteed anything. So
You
I
are
might
guarantees.
I'm not guaranteed things I want. Some of
Okay,
the
that's different.
4 people are gonna bring rice. I don't want 4 different things of rice. And then that's their dish.
You can never have enough rice.
I was there telling my mom, I was like, "You're bringing dips. You keep bringing dips to all these things." I'm like, I brought a whole thing of pasta last time, like enough to feed a small family. But
Yeah.
anyway, so like I don't know. I felt like last time it was I had to like cook, and I was like getting close to the time, to go over there. And this time I was like, what if I just buy something? I'm just trying to chill. What if I just buy something? So I guess we'll see. I was thinking about McNuggets. Maybe I'll buy pizza. Maybe I'll cook something. I haven't fully decided yet.
Mhm.
But regardless, it is a potluck. I don't know what everybody else is bringing. I heard someone saying they're cooking deer meat. So that's part of why I'm thinking, my mind's thinking in terms of cover fees and stuff. Because I'm hearing that there's going to be deer meat as an entree, as a main entree.
What's the name for deer meat again?
Venison.
Venison. There it is.
Yes, they're cooking venison.
I was like, Lorenzo. What? I was like,
what part of the
venison?
deer? I don't know. What they're gonna do with the deer? I'm not entirely sure. They're making
Oh, that's quite.
burgers.
Two good questions. Does anybody know what part of the deer venison is?
Yeah.
And two,
When you eat deer, what are you eating? Do you just eat any part?
oh, that's such a good question because
Did
there's
you do like
definitely
a deer
different
leg?
parts.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it is a deer. But second, you're in Texas, so there is a very high possibility that they done tied up that deer that very morning.
Yes. Okay. Well, we're not in the very countryside, so it's unlikely that they went outside,
Wow.
shot the deer, and they said, "Let's go hang them outside in the backyard." Uh, this is
Let's go
so
shed this thing and make some venison.
for people who understand who've never been to
Yeah.
Dallas. Dallas is very much a modern city.
You said you were out of Dallas and that it quickly becomes like Jeepers
Okay,
Creepersville
yeah.
out there.
When
So
when you get out of Dallas, it gets like that. But Dallas spreads pretty far, it's the moment you get outside of there, yeah, when you start getting a little bit west, a little bit south, you're starting to wait a second, where am I? You
a
don't
little
want to
bit
be out
north, a
there.
little bit east.
Yeah, it gets very frightening, especially if
Mm.
you've seen Jeepers Creepers. But anyways, so no, I don't know where they got this deer meat from. I think my younger cousin, which is she went to Texas. She's going to Texas Tech right now, which is where my brother's going to be heading for the fall. So apparently in Texas
Okay.
Tech,
That's fun.
yeah, apparently in Texas Tech they have a farm, and they have like their own slaughterhouse, I think, or basically all I know is that they sell the meat from the farm to like people there. So like my
Jesus.
my aunt,
We went to we're in different parts of the country when the Dickinson College Farm where we went to school they were growing like potatoes and
yeah,
yams
yeah,
and lettuce heads and
yeah,
meanwhile the Texas Tech farm is all meat.
yeah. Here they're selling. Well, that's where they get the meat. They go when they go drop her off. They bring coolers, and so that they can bring the meat back, and they buy like
Oh
different
my
types of
god.
like parts of the cow, and they buy. This is where they bought the deer meat. I think they brought like wild boar, like sausages. Like it's just a bunch of stuff that they do at this farm,
Wow.
whatever provides. And so I guess we're about to try deer meat. I'm gonna try deer meat for the first time. While we're on the topic of trying, new things, um, I remember the first time I tried like real raw fish sushi. Have you ever had raw fish sushi? Sushi?
Isn't all sushi raw fish?
No, because there's some that are like imitation crab. I think that's what a lot of people get, or there's some that are like fried shrimp or fried whatever. But I'm talking about like the raw fish, like raw tuna.
Oh yeah.
Or
Or
I guess
like
most a lot of sushis are like that.
or what about salmon? Or yeah, what
Yeah,
about tuna? Like
yeah, like exactly, like but salmon, tuna, whatever. But like raw fish. I'm talking about the like raw.
all right, no, I don't think I have. So you mean like fresh? Like
Yeah, like fresh, exactly, like fresh. Like you had a sushi
that
chef.
sucker was in the hour 30
Yeah,
minutes ago. Like that sort of
exactly.
thing.
Sushi chef. They killed the fish. They sliced them up, filleted it, and instead of cooking that
Mm.
fish, they put that raw piece of fish on a piece of seaweed and rice. That's what I'm talking about.
Uh,
We I so when I was back in school and I was
I
trying to
gotta
make.
I gotta tell you, when you put it like that, it makes no
Yeah,
one want that.
yeah. Well, that's what people be dogging that up. Anyways, when I was back in school and I was trying to make a quick buck, I had no money and I had to pay for 60-cent wings on Tuesdays.
Mm,
I thought that uh, I had passed like the test to drive like the large vehicles, and drive large
mhm,
vehicles for school. And I
mhm,
think there was some, I don't know, I don't know how I found out about this job, this gig, but I somehow found out about this job to drive people who were in the Japanese club, I believe, and to take them to
mhm.
I forgot what college was near us, that we used to always talk about, or it was like similar to ours. But I had to drive them to that college to go see this like Japanese drum uh like performance. And like there was like this traveling like famous Japanese drummer. I forget what the name of the thing is where they drum. And so and
Yeah.
then so then I was basically like hired to be their driver, right? Because when they're the drivers, when they can drive that type of vehicle, you gotta like pass that thing. And then they said that afterwards, they said, yeah, you can attend the show with us if you want. I was like, okay, or I could just stay at the car, right? And then afterwards, I was gonna take them because they were gonna have sushi. And so honestly, I don't know why. I think to myself, like, was it worth it? Was it worth like the $30 that I got from this thing? Uh, the amount of hours I spent in my life participating in all this. And I just think it's crazy.
Yeah.
I went to this, this new school, which was kind of cool, but I was with these people I did not know. And they
Was
weren't,
this before we met each other?
no, I'm pretty sure it was my senior year.
Okay, okay.
This
So I
was like
never heard
a,
about this. Okay, cool.
this was like this was like a random weekday that I went and did this. Um and just to make some money, I had to go pick up the car, and I'm telling you, it was like a big part of my day, like hours, and I made like little money
It
for it.
sounds like it. That's what I'm saying. That's why I asked, because the Issei I know would not be doing.
Yeah, honestly, I must have been desperate for money. I don't know why I was doing this.
Yeah,
Why I would even
everything you do, you're like, why am I here?
Yeah, well, that's exactly, like, I look back at it. I mean, it's a fun story, but I'm like, what was I doing? And so I thought it was funny that how they're trying to like speak Japanese in the car and do different things. I just thought it was funny how they're doing sort of like they're trying to act like if they're in an anime or something, and they were like in the
Jesus
anime,
Christ.
and they're like, honestly, that was what was going on. And I just, that was crazy. I was driving, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? um we get to the drum thing.
So you're saying they were acting like they were in an anime,
Yes, like they were playing.
solely because they were speaking Japanese.
No, like their facial expressions, everything was hinting that they felt like they were part of an anime set in college, and they were all specific characters in part of the anime. That you could just sense it. I didn't understand what they were saying, but you could sense it.
They were
Um,
all specific characters.
yeah, they all had their own thing going on. Like there's drama. There was, I don't know. There was a bunch of stuff
Oh,
going on with these people. And so we get to this place, this college, and I'm walking with them. I'm like, what am I doing still? What am I walking with these people to? I don't know any of these people, any of them. I've never seen any of them a day in my life. We all went to the same school. I've seen people multiple times at our school. Our school was small. I had never seen
yeah.
any of these people, and none of them. And some of them were our seniors too. That was crazy. Anyway, so we'll go to this drum festival. I thought it was pretty cool. I do remember kind of falling asleep during the drum festival. I remember at one point like my head was falling and I was like having to like get back up because when you're so tired, like your head just falls, and then it hits a certain point that
Oh,
you bounce back.
yeah, but not at a drum festival.
Yeah,
I
you
feel like
wouldn't think
I'd be.
well, the seats were like very uncomfortable, and I remember just like struggling. I was struggling for some reason like to stay awake.
Was this Gettysburg?
Might have been Gettysburg. It might have been a different one.
Shippensburg?
Shippensburg. No,
Okay.
it was either Gettysburg or Shippensburg. It was one. It was a little bit further away. We had to drive at least like an hour
Oh,
to
okay. So
get
no, it
there.
wasn't either of those.
So I don't think it was
Oh,
Shippensburg.
maybe I don't know which one was early. Maybe it was Shippensburg.
It was another one, something college, like William Marshall College. I don't know, Mary something college. I don't know.
William and Mary, but I don't think those are that nearby.
No, it was something. It was something else that we like. It was a school that we all talked about. Like there were
Yeah.
schools around there that were like Dickinson, that were liberal arts colleges. So it wasn't Shippensburg. Definitely. I don't know what the name of the school is. I'll have to look it up. Anyway, so get back to the story. We leave this drum festival, and I have to drive us again to go get sushi. And I remember thinking it was crazy. I had to like drop them off on the side, and I had to go like parallel this like huge van. It was very stressful for me doing all this stuff. And then I had to meet them at the sushi place to eat sushi. And so I never had sushi before, and of course, they're all excited because they're just living for this. And I forget where we're at, but there was like a real sushi chef. It was like a real sushi place, and everything was, and they had prepared for us and stuff. And so they had like all these platters of sushi in it. And so when they put it down, I remember what happened was prior to going, Sammy, he was my roommate at the time, Sammy was telling me about his brother going to have sushi for the first time like that, and that he like something happened to him where he had to go to the hospital because Sammy says like, when your first time having, now is any of this true? I don't know, but he says like your first time having raw fish, like your body reacts to it in a certain way, and you can go to the hospital. And so I'm about to eat this sushi, and I don't want it to be disrespectful or anything, right? And they're like, yeah, try it. So I was like, okay. So I'm just trying to imitate what they're doing with the chopsticks and do stuff like that. And so I go ahead and I get a piece of sushi with the raw fish, and I swear to you, I start like internally freaking out. I feel like I'm gonna go to the hospital, and I feel like this is all made up in my head because of what Sammy told me. Yeah. But I swear I'm gonna go to the hospital. I'm like starting to like sweat a little bit. I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing? What am I doing? And so nobody can tell. They're just all speaking Japanese, and like
this reminds me so much of the scene in The Office where everybody goes to the hibachi restaurant and for the Christmas party, and I feel like you and the Japanese club is like Michael and Andy and everyone who's normal, and then you're just Dwight around the table having like kind of out of place.
That was exactly me. I don't know what was going on. What was I doing there? Why did I say, yeah, I'll get off and watch the drum show with you? Why did I say, yeah, I'll go ahead and eat the sushi here with you?
Who told me about this job?
Yeah. And so I just think that like after that, I had to leave the sushi place, obviously drive them like an hour back to Dickinson, go return the car. It's like late at night already. And I just think so. What was I doing? What was the purpose of this?
So how much did you end up eating? Did you?
I ate I think I ate like one or two more pieces to blend in, to be part of the crew. And they had some like veggie options, which I thought were fine. The vegetable options tasted actually pretty good.
Nice.
So I'm not really good with chopsticks, and so I think I was trying my best there, trying to fit in. I definitely felt out of the pack. I felt out of place because I do this a lot, and I start thinking to myself like, I'm from Dallas, Texas. What the heck am I doing here, Rando, Pennsylvania, with these Japanese students?
Yeah.
Well, the problem is that none of them were Japanese. Right. So sorry, it's a Japanese club. None of them were Japanese. These were all white people who were speaking Japanese.
Yeah. So, okay. That makes the anime joke from earlier make a lot more sense.
yes. See, they were living a different reality, right?
Okay. Before I thought of what I was envisioning was a group of Japanese kids in the back of your van who were about to go see a nice like Broadway show type of thing. But now what I'm envisioning is those videos with the young white kids that do the Naruto and
that run down the hallways. Yes, that's what I was trying to describe to you. Yes. I remember we should have specified that at the beginning. Yes, none of them were Japanese. Now, actually, there was one Japanese girl, and let me tell you, these guys were salivating over her because she
knew the language. You mean?
She was from Japan. Like it was one girl who was from Japan.
Oh well, she might have been the club like advisor or something. So I'm guessing she was probably like leading the club. Yeah.
No, she was a student. Or maybe
no. That's what I mean. But usually there's like a main person. Yeah.
Oh well, they loved her, but yeah, there was nothing but like white guys. Maybe a few white girls there here and there trickled in. The ones that wear hoodies with the arms like this. What's it called when you push your hoodie arms up? It's like
Wait a minute. You mean
What?
The ones who wear hoodies and pull up their sleeves. Is that like a
Yes.
category of people?
Yes. I don't know.
I mean, it's not something I would do. And now that it kind of made me cringe when you described it, but
The one's like 100 degrees out and they have their hoodie on with the arms sleeves pulled up. And you're like, what?
it's so funny. I feel like I now know exactly who's in the van.
Yes, this is who I'm with, you know. So, and the whole time, I know this is bad. The whole time I'm thinking I'm so cool. I'm too cool for these people. It's just bad to think. But I was like, what am I doing right now? What am I
Yeah,
doing driving this van? I've never seen anime before. I'm not nothing against people who watch anime for you guys
yeah,
out there.
I watch anime.
Because yeah, I know no, and I think that this was just a different level. This was like people who
Well, it's a real commitment.
yeah, this was very committed. These are people who want to listen. I mean, who wanted to speak the language, and I respect them for being able to speak Japanese,
Oh man,
right,
that's so hard,
and
man.
do stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I still think I was out of. I think maybe I just felt a little jealous because I was out of place.
Mhm.
And I was like, was it worth $30 I made off of this? Probably not. So anyways, again, I know I got a little off topic there to sort of tell you my Japanese van story. But yeah, so we're about to try some new deer meat at this place. Now let me get back into it about what happened with this whole firework thing. So I kind of explained to you. I feel like I got played this year buying fireworks. Because somehow we, got the whole group to go. But then Brian says that he can't go, so we have to go pick up just my cousin. So now it's just me, my dad, and Adam, my other cousin, and then Albert and his daughter, which is my other cousin. And so, which is weird. We've never had a girl go with us on these little firework rides. So maybe
Nice.
this contributed to the bad juju. I don't know, but basically, we are gonna go get fireworks, right? We have to go out to the countryside to go get these fireworks.
How long is this drive?
It's actually not that far, because since we're in Grand Prairie, maybe like 30 minutes. Because we're already near from where I'm at. I'm in the city, right? Grand Prairie is outside of Dallas, so it's about 30 minutes from there. So I'm already like an hour out from my house. But anyways, so yeah, we're going out into the Mansfield, Texas, to go get these fireworks. The stand that we always go to called Dino Fireworks. And prior to this, my dad and Adam were very, very much talking up a big game about how they have money. Because Adam has money apparently from working stuff. My dad has money. They're big ballers. I obviously I know this is coming up, so I've been have money put aside for it. But I keep telling him, I kept asking like, all right, well, what's the budget? What's your budget? He kept saying that he has money. We'll see when we get there. Like if how much he wants to spend, like almost like he has no budget because he has that much money.
Right.
And my brother is talking about how like, yeah, he's got money to put on it too. So I'm thinking, oh wow, he's gonna put like $100 on it, because for people's reference, the previous year I spent $200, my dad spent $200, and my grandmother gave us $100. So it was about $500 spent on fireworks, which is a lot. That's crazy for people to think. In each year, for reference, I mean, it's gone up every year. We used to spend like $20. Now we've gotten to this point. So like, continuing on, no one gave me a number though. No one gave me a number. They just gave me hyped up about the fireworks. I said, okay. So we're gonna go get fireworks. We get to Dino Fireworks. And so we're looking around all the fireworks. My dad has a list on his phone from the previous year to verify that the prices are and remain the same. Have remained the same because he took down the fireworks that we bought and the price for each firework on this notepad list on his phone. Which a little psycho, yes, Psycho John. So I'm asking him, okay, well, he's about to order the fireworks. I told him, okay, look, my budget's 150. That's how much I'm gonna spend max on fireworks this year. Right. So I'm like, what's your budget? He's like, I don't know what we're about to see right now. Basically, what he tells me is that he's gonna buy fireworks here, right? But that he's gonna go check out, because right across from there is another one called White Dog Fireworks. I think they're owned by the same people, but there's like a few different ones over there. So anyway, so he starts getting fireworks, and it starts going up, in price, and he gets about $84 worth of fireworks. And so then he's like that he's done. I said, okay, well, like, are you done buying fireworks? He said that he was going to buy more at the other place, right? And that if not, he was going to come back here. I said, okay. I had already told him my budget was 150, so I'm thinking, okay, he's going to match me. Uh, so I started buying fireworks. I started buying fireworks there, and I hit 150. 150 with fireworks, and everybody's like, dang, everybody's looking at me because the people that like I forgot to mention we had to wait for Albert to get off of work because he wanted to go. So I was like, okay, well, if he wants to go so bad, like we'll wait for him. But they got like this little small like doggy bag worth of like 99-cent fireworks. And I'm like, what? We had to wait like 2 hours for this. Aaron got like 4 different fireworks. So I'm like, why am I the only one here with this? I have 3 bags of fireworks right now. I'm racked up 150. And so I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna go to the other place, right? And we get to the place. My dad's talking about now. He's saying words like "ouch," and he's starting to use vocabulary like "oof," that was a lot, and stuff like that. I was like, wait, what? So we get to the other place, and he goes, yeah, I think we have enough. I think we got a lot with that. I was like, wait a second.
He's like, we got enough because of me.
Yeah, so he's like, yeah, everybody's done. Basically, like, I was like, first of all, I'm mad because I feel like we were rushed because now people, I mean, we had already planned to go get fireworks, but now everybody got their $2, 2-3 fireworks.
Wait, what did Adam get?
Huh?
What did Adam get?
So then that's another thing we got played. Adam made something, he had money, but he put it on my dad's tab. So he didn't pay. Adam didn't pay for any fireworks. And then he kept claiming that he really didn't want to spend money on fireworks now. I was like, wait, what?
So that's what are you doing here?
So that's why my dad's paying from. And so I'm like, wait a second. My brother loves to get bottle rockets for some reason. I don't know. The things fly up and they pop, and that's it. And that's all they do. And he spends he's like, all I bought was this. I'm like, okay, everything you bought accounted to like $40 of the $80 he spends. So that means you spent $40, he spent $40, and I spent $150. And the other 2 people that were with us that couldn't wait to go bought $5 worth each.
They just took up space in the car.
Exactly. So I'm thinking to myself, wait a second, what's going on here? I thought we were matching, all of us matching each for each of the amount of fireworks. And so yeah, I was a little upset. So I got in the car. Usually I kind of stay quiet about these things. And I said, I feel like I got played. And everybody's there in the car while I was saying these things. I said, I feel like I got played. My dad's like, huh? I said, I kept telling you about how much we were spending, and you let me go. He's like, well, you just kept on. I said, we had a kind of, he's like, well, I never said. I'm like, y'all guys kept hyping it up about how much money y'all had. You spent $80 and said you were done. I said, and half of that was Adam's. I said, so I'm the reason why you kept saying that, oh, we have enough. I said, that's me. I have 3 bags of fireworks. I said, if I would have known, hey, we're only spending $80, and I would have spent $80 too. But instead I bought double the amount for everybody else. So I felt a little played in that situation.
Right.
And usually I stay quiet. Usually I stay quiet about these things, but as I gotten older, I feel like it's more, I need to air my grievances, and not let these things.
that is the healthy way to live life.
And so I just confronted with everybody there. I was like, no shame. I feel like you played me. And
then are you in the back seat at this point?
No, I had to go and that's another thing. I had to go in the back seat on the way up there, right, with my cousin while Adam sits in the front. And so for people in reference, my brother's like thin. My brother's thin. He's like pencil thin almost. And so is my other cousin. So why they put me back there? First of all, I'm 24, and I'm not thin. So why they put me in the back with no air condition? Another thing, when I get hot, I get very angry and I get irritated.
No one likes the I'm big, put me in the front seat card, right? No one likes that automatic.
Well, listen, right? Listen, I'm fine, right? I can still buckle my seatbelt and I fit in the back seat, but I'm just saying, why is Adam? I'm older. That's another thing. I'm older. Why am I sitting in the back seat? And I'm the one who's spending big money on the fireworks.
No, that's true. You are the one that that carried them.
I'm dropping the card. Budget. I'm dropping the card. I said, here, take it. I'm buying all the big fireworks. My dad bought all the little small $6, $7 ones. Mine are coming out to like $20 a piece, 25. Like I'm getting the good ones. Anyways, I feel like God had my back, karma had my back because I was on the way back, my dad's car. So all of a sudden you hear the do 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 do. I was like, you hear that? And like you feel that? I felt it almost instantly. And he had this huge like screw with the washer stuck in the tire. He had, I guess he had went over a screw or something. And so I felt like it was a little bit of a justice. Justice had been served a little bit.
Wait, so you have, don't you have to like what do you do? Stop or get off in the next exit?
Okay, so this is where we're Psycho John. So Psycho John, for some reason, for me, I feel like I would have been a little like I need to stop somewhere. I need to go find a mechanic or like to get the tire plugged or do something, right? But he didn't want to stop. We're on the freeway. He didn't want to get off. I said, get off the exit. So I know there's something there. Don't try to act like there's nothing there. I feel it. And so we get off the exit. That's where we find the huge screw with the washer in there. I said, so like, what are we gonna do? And he said, well, my light hasn't come on yet. So that means that like the tire light. So the screw is pretty much still in there. So the air, not that much air is coming out. So he says he can make it. Well, because we were gonna go have lunch. We were gonna go have lunch after the firework thing.
Right.
I was like, all right, well, are you gonna go ahead and we have my cousin. I'm like, we're just gonna drop him off. We're just gonna drop everybody off and like we'll go switch out the tire. He's like, no, we can make it to lunch. So we just drove like down the freeway with a do all the way to go have lunch in Grand Prairie.
And then we can make it to lunch.
Yeah, and then I said, okay, so we had lunch with the car just sitting out there with a huge screw in it and tire. And then we leave, and then he doesn't even decide I'm gonna stop at a tire shop or anything. We just go all the way home. We go all the way to his house where I met him, and then I was like, well, we're gonna go switch it out. He said no, he was gonna take a nap. So this is Psycho John the whole time. Decides that he's not gonna get the screw removed. And also when I looked at that tire, because he said he just wanted to get it like plugged. I swear that tire. Honestly, I feel all his tires have about like 12 different plugs on them. I don't think he never wants to go get like a brand new tire or anything, or even a used tire. And I told him, I said, this tire looks bald. And for people to understand what bald means is you have your tire and you have thread on the tire, and that's how you have like the traction for on the road and stuff.
Right.
But when you use that tire so much on the road and stuff, the tread starts going away. And the tire looks smooth, and that's when you can get potential accidents because there's no traction for that piece of rubber. So but his tire looks bald, and he tells me that that it isn't, and it wasn't until he goes and gets his tire fixed. I guess the guy must have told him like this tire is like jacked up, and he said, yeah, you're right about it being bald. I was like, thanks, where's my money?
Oh, by the way, did you get more fireworks on the way back?
Yeah, I know I think he fell a little back because he kept saying he was gonna get more fireworks. I know he wasn't. I know he's not. But it's fine. Anyways, I thought I'd just air my grievance about what happened with the 4th of July fireworks this year.
I appreciate that. I haven't decided what I'm doing. I should go watch them somewhere, but like in New York, again, they're legal, so it's really like you just have to basically go watch the Macy's show.
Yeah.
And you have to just find a place to do it. The building I work in an apartment building for those who don't know. And the roof deck is awesome. So the building I work at, there's technically a viewing there, but like I don't want to go to work.
No.
And then there's this block party apparently that's like right near the river. That's awesome, but it's a $45 cover charge. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, see, I'm paying like a $20 cover charge right now. And that's just go to someone's backyard.
That's true. No, this one it has a view. It'll be sick. Maybe I should do that actually, but I'm going to a baseball game on Saturday, so that should be fun.
Oh, you're gonna go see the Mets?
It's Mets Yankees. It's the Subway Series. It's called the Subway Series. Do they
are there even any Mets fans?
There are arguably more Mets fans in New York, but
okay. Just because y'all trying to be different, y'all trying not to be like, well, we like the Yankees.
Well, people would say the blue collar, hardworking, genuine New Yorker is a Mets fan. Like
really,
that's the aura of the franchise.
And the elite love the Yankees.
The Yankees are just like the people who
We have the Texas Rangers. Is that what you're gonna ask?
Well, no, I was gonna say, is there so there New York, like when Mets and Yankees go at each other, it's called the Subway Series because the
Yeah,
subway connects them.
yeah.
I think the Nationals from Washington and Baltimore, they have like the Battle of the Beltway or something,
Mhm.
or I forget what they call it, but they had there's different nicknames. Oh, or Oakland versus the San Francisco Giants. It's like the Battle of the Bay or something. So
Mm.
is there anything like that in baseball for the for Texas? Do you know, or
Well,
well, everything's too far away from one another?
I was thinking about the nearest baseball team for us would be what Houston, the Houston Astros. Is that there?
Jeez, what's like 3 hours?
Yeah, 3 hours from us.
Jeez.
So I don't know really. I've never. I don't think. I think baseball is big, obviously, but I don't think it's as big as it is in New York. Because y'all guys are
Yeah.
pretty much like that's like baseball central over there.
Have you? Yeah, you guys are definitely more of a football state. But have you have you ever been to AT&T the
Yeah,
Cowboy Stadium? Or?
I've been to AT&T Cowboys Stadium. That's not where the Rangers play, but I've been to AT&T.
No.
I've been to AT&T Stadium. The only thing that sucks about AT&T, I've never been to AT&T Stadium for a Cowboys game.
Ah,
I've never
okay.
been for a Cowboys game because if you go to AT&T Stadium, I mean, first of all, yes, it's very much huge. It's big.
Yeah.
And they have, I mean, you could get a ticket, right? It's not that it's like it's super crazy expensive to get a ticket, but you would be like in the nosebleed sections of AT&T Stadium, and it's like I
But
feel
it's
like,
at least like 150, right?
well, they have like tickets where you can do standing room only, and you can like stand at
Jeez.
the very top, and those are like maybe $30 to get like the standing room
Oh,
only. But at that point, you're there in the stadium, and you're just watching the TVs,
yeah.
And a lot of times, like unless you're like closer to ground level, most people are watching the big. For people who don't know, AT&T Stadium has like one of the largest screens in there. And it's like
Yeah.
four screen thing, and that's usually what people watch.
Hmm.
When like if you once you
Yeah,
get to a
I
certain,
always wondered. I always wondered because the in football games, like the only good seats are really the ones in the middle and the ones that
yeah,
are close
closer
to
to
the
the,
thing. But like
yeah,
if you're like on one end zone, then half the game you're kind of missing.
exactly. And if you are a little bit further up, like everybody looks similar, everybody looks, you can't really tell. They look almost like ants because you're so kind of distanced away from the field. And so I feel like it's a little bit different. It's not like when you're at a baseball game or something like. And so here, when you're at 18C Stadium, I think even the way it's kind of like designed, most of the time, if you look at people in the stadium, you'll see them like staring at the screen the whole time.
Hmm.
They'll be watching the big screen because that's how you get the better view of what's going on. But then
Right.
it's like I could have just been at home watching it, in the comfort of my own home if that's what we're gonna be doing.
Yeah,
And I
but
get the
damn,
whole
that stadium vibe must be special though.
yeah, I can still see how it is to be there with a bunch of Cowboys fans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe I will go this year. We'll
I
see.
never been to I never been to an NFL game, but I the problem is I don't have maybe one person I have that in my like a close friend that would spend that much on an NFL ticket. So that's the
Yeah.
problem. You just have to know people.
Yeah, I would spend exactly. I would spend that much, but I don't know if I could find someone else here who would spend that much.
Exactly.
Potentially to just to go watch a game.
I wonder
Uh,
if the maybe I could time it if the Packers play the Rams, I can go. I'd love to go to the LA stadium. That Ram stadium looks lit. Um, if I'm ever in Texas, I guess I can go do that. But I mean, I don't
well,
know.
AT&T Stadium is probably a better experience than you be out there
Well,
in LA.
no, the Cowboy fan base is nauseating.
You're gonna see
No
you're
one
gonna
wants to
see
be.
you're gonna see a bunch of Mexicans with all the Cowboy stuff
I
around.
bet.
You see a bunch of
Um,
Mexicans with the LA stuff too. I don't want to talk about the.
Honestly, before I'd go to a Dallas game, I'd probably go to like a UT game or
Yeah, going to like an A&M Aggies game or UT
ooh,
Austin
oh my god.
Longhorns game. I
How far are you to College Station?
College Station I think is about 4 hours away from me. Four
Jeez,
hours.
everything is like 3 hours and
Yeah, but see that's like a short distance. That's not like too far. Like you
that's a
can make
short distance.
not
It's a
super
commitment.
short, but like well, I realize that too is that for us like taking these like trips or like it's a big deal for people outside of in different states, but for us it's not that big of a deal to go.
Well, you can't really day trip a 4 hour commute. Like you gotta
Well,
spend the night.
if you leave at 8 a.m., you get there at 12. You got the whole day, and then you leave again at 8.
Yeah, but then you need like a designated driver. You're
Yeah.
probably like
When
it's
we
just
like,
a
hey, look, when we went to go take my brother to Texas Tech, that was 5 hours, and we did it one day. That's crazy.
that's
Um.
absurd.
Anyways, yeah, no, I haven't been to an NFL game. I've been to all the other ones. I've been to the Mavericks. I've been to the Dallas Stars. I've been to I you know what I actually, which is kind of funny. The Mavericks were in the playoffs uh
Yeah.
recently, and they were going against the Clippers, right?
Yep.
Now, I for some reason scheduled to go to an escape room. Have you ever been to an escape room?
Once.
You okay with the was it with the RA group?
Yeah, yeah, Dickinson, yeah.
Yes. Have I discussed this about my experience with the RA group with Dickinson?
Not with the escape room, I don't
The
think.
escape room. Yeah, I kind of got in trouble. No, everybody kind of looked down on me from that moment on, or like nobody looked at me the same way, because we went to an escape room together as part of our RA's group. So like they took us all to like escape room, and well, actually this was different. This was like the end of the year, they had like money for us to go do some type of
Yeah, like a little
thing.
budget. Yeah.
Yeah, a little budget. So the guy who was in charge of all of our RAs, he his name was Ralph, and he said he booked an escape room for all of us. And
Right.
so everybody's excited about going to this escape room. And you know what? Now I think about, was it? I think it was them, yeah. Or it might have been, I might be confused. It might be with Sammy when I was with Sammy's group. I'm not entirely sure. And,
Yeah.
and Adams. But anyways, regardless, is I'm with these other RAs, and for people who don't know, RAs can be very artificial. Sometimes they can be like high energy. Everybody's a winner. They love talking to people and stuff. And then the people, the RAs who are doing it for the room
Oh, you
stipend.
mean so you mean positive people.
Positive people. Yeah, positive people. Well, I was gonna say, and then you have the people who are doing it for the stipend, like Mariel. No.
Oh wow.
And me.
I thought you were gonna say like myself.
Oh well, yeah, me too. Which
Jesus.
we you do what you do what you gotta do. And so not that I wasn't a good RA, but my personality is very much not to be as optimistic. Oh, I'm not gonna say I'm not optimistic, but like the way they are very high, as like kind of a high energy, like we're winners, we got this type of situation. I think I can be kind of
Yeah,
realist
like
at times, and when I look at certain things, I'm like, let's just be real about it. And
you're
so
definitely a glass half empty type of dude.
yeah, I guess so. Well, I think it depends on the situation, right, and who I'm with. But I'm with a bunch of these people who are RAs, and I don't know if we all mesh the same. Anyway, so I'm here. We're in the escape room, and I get frustrated because I feel like I can't do it. I can't like command or lead the group because these are all very personalities that are everybody's feels like they're the main character of their story.
Everyone
Right.
wants to take charge naturally.
Everybody
Yeah.
wants, yeah, because that's naturally how everybody is as an RA, that's how everybody literally is.
Right.
Everybody there is like some type of leader or something like that. So you get 7, 8 leaders in one room. What are you gonna do? Everybody's gonna try to do something or take control
Yeah.
somehow. And so I get frustrated because I can't, take control of the situation, or I can't say like you like let me see this or let me see that, because everybody wants to see a piece of it. Everybody wants to be the one to figure it out. Um,
Yeah.
and so that frustrates me. And so we're getting through it. We're getting through it kind of, and so we're getting near the end of the time limit, right? We have about like a minute left, 30 seconds left, and I know that we still have a few more things we have to do. Like I know this is for sure. This is for sure. There's like two locks. Like there's things that we have not done, and so I
Yeah.
made the comment like, all right, like we're not gonna make it. Dang, that sucks. So everybody gets mad. Everybody gets upset at me because they're saying that I'm like I'm quitting, and I'm like, okay, that's what kind of made me upset with these people too, is that they all started getting my case about quitting. And what made me mad was whoever was in charge of this game, of this escape room, somehow gave us extra time to finish the task. And so everybody was like trying to tell me like, you see, like that's what happens when you don't give up. Like you gotta have like a winner mentality. Like, and it made me so angry, and I had to like defend myself because I was trying to say we had 30 seconds left and we had a few more things we had to do. We were not finishing this escape room. Like there was no
Exactly.
possible way. But then if we were following the rules, but I'm like, but the whoever y'all guys are talking about the time, but I mean, like we finished it. But I'm like, if we were going by the rules, the time would have ended. That was it. Game was over.
Oh, I think that was the same day. Weren't you guys the last group to finish?
It might have been us.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think that's why they gave y'all the extra time because they were like, all right, well, like everyone else is done, everyone's already waiting for y'all. So it's
Yes. Yeah. So I think that's might have been it because I was very angry. Like we were done. There in real life, there is no once your time limit's over, your time limit's over. There's
yeah.
no extra time. And
Yeah, you're a realist, which I appreciate in that situation, a realist, because
well,
it's
I feel like they're the type of group that everybody gets a trophy. And I think that sometimes in life, like they're you're last place, you're second place, like there you don't get a participation trophy. Like if if you lost, you lost. And if we suck, which we did, because
yeah,
everybody there wanted to, no one there could really work together as
yeah,
well, because everybody wanted to be the one to figure it out. And so
right.
I think I still think about this all the time about it was like how I basically got mobbed by all these people thinking that I was like this quitter, and a lot of them were like questioning my roles in RA. It got real deep, and I was just like, listen, we lost that. I don't know, and with the extra time, obviously, yes, we got it figured
There is
out.
no debate about it.
With the extra time and the 4 extra hints that he gave us, yeah, we figured it out. We got it done. But is
Yeah.
that real? Do you guys consider yourselves winners? Who's the one who's winner here? I'm a winner for knowing my place in this world. Anyways,
Knowing my place. Wait, I do remember the extra hints. They would like knock on the door and then slide something under the door, right?
yeah, like it was a whole thing for us to figure it, to us to like solve it. They gave us like
Yeah.
a lot of things to solve this thing. Like we wouldn't have gotten this done. Like they probably knew already at the 30-minute mark, like these guys aren't making it. There's no way we needed to be
They're like, they're
ahead.
still on the second hint. Oh no.
Yeah. So, anyways, to discuss about
Yeah.
the reason why I bring up escape rooms is because um we went to escape we scheduled an escape room to go to. It's near downtown Dallas, right? It was me, Lindsay, and my parents. We decided to go with my parents. And so because we were just like, let's go to an escape room. But I didn't this was like, I don't know what day it was, maybe like a Thursday. Might have been Friday. It was like Friday night, maybe. But I didn't realize that the Mavericks were playing, and
Mm,
the Mavericks were playing, and it was like game. I forgot what game it was. Like one toward the end, and
no.
the escape room was right next to the stadium. It was like maybe
Oh
a
wow.
block away from the stadium, and so I scheduled an escape room at the exact same time as the Mavericks game. And so we get there and it's packed full of people. And when this happens, like since American Airlines Stadium is located in downtown Dallas, they start shutting down, streets, and they
Yeah.
have it blocked off, and they have cops and stuff for the traffic, and they just have it all blocked off because so many people are walking and stuff, right, to get to the stadium.
Hmm.
And I thought it was funny. And so we were looking for somewhere to park, and now parking starts to go up. It's about $20, $25, $30 to park as you get close to the stadium, right? Just to park
Wow.
your car. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of getting frustrated that I picked the day to go to the escape room, during the Mavericks game. And so we had to
Hmm.
pay like $25 on top of what I'm already paying for the escape room. And then it wasn't until we get to the escape room that they inform us that that they have a parking garage and we could have parked there, and they just validate the parking. And they said, yeah, it's on the email. And they all look at me, and I was like, did you read the email? And I said,
Well,
okay,
yeah,
well, look,
because you know when
I
you didn't prepare.
said, well, look, I didn't read the email. This is all very last minute. This is the scheduling. Everything was very last minute. I didn't read the email because I didn't feel the need to go through the whole thing of the escape room. How was
Mm.
I supposed to know that at the very bottom, but towards the middle, like you had to read the whole thing, that you would know that the
Well,
parking?
you were supposed to know to read
Yeah,
the whole email. That's what people
I
do.
guess so.
That's what
Well,
you should do.
anyways, went to the escape room. We solved it. We solved it. I think my
Oh,
dad got.
good.
I think my dad got frustrated the same way I got frustrated with the other RAs because uh, we were sort of trying to figure this stuff out. And I was with Lindsay, and for people who don't know, she's kind of competitive, and she can be kind of the one who's like in charge. And so I could tell my dad was frustrated about that, because he wanted to be the one who's in charge. And so, anyways, we solved it, figured out the whole thing with the parking. I forgot. I think there was a point I was trying to make with this, but I'm already a little bit heated, a little bit triggered about the whole
Just by thinking about it.
just by thinking about the whole situation.
Yeah, now Psycho John's gonna be heated too once he hears you retell it.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, actually, and we went to the escape room again this past week, last week, and I think we're gonna go to the escape room again this week. So I feel
Oh,
like that's the
wow.
thing. I feel like it's a thing now because they have a discount. It's like $15 a person, um, on like Wednesdays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So I was like, well, no, why not? I feel like I gotta try them all out now. So actually, and I guess while I'm bringing it up, Curie, remember Curie, our friend Curie, is actually
Yeah,
in Dallas this week, and so
nice.
I think we're gonna meet with her on Wednesday and go to this like pizza thing and go to the escape room afterwards. So shout out Curie, I
Fun.
just remembered it now. But
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm looking forward
that's
to.
awesome.
So I guess I can sort of wrap it up for us here in this episode. Give people some food for thought, unless you had something else you wanted to sort of bring up or mention.
No, I think a quick recap. What was I gonna say? Have
Re-
fun on 4th of July. Try
yes.
to avoid fines.
Yes. If you're
If
gonna
try to
have,
focus on what you're getting. Try
mm,
to focus.
I
What?
think the message is communication. Communication is key. Communicate whoever it is that you need to communicate with. Be clear and concise about your budgets and how much you're going to spend. Uh, and just in life, I think in general, communication is key.
If you have to pay to go to an event, everybody out there, focus on the benefits and what you're getting at the event, as opposed to the fee itself. Like I'm like $45 is a high cover fee for this block party on Sunday, but this may be the best party of July 4th in the city, so I might go.
What does it include?
I have no
There
idea.
you
It
go.
might include a few drinks, but
There we
I have
go.
no idea.
$45 cover fee. Well,
You
yes.
know,
So focus on the fun things in life, and potentially still being a winner, even when your time is up, because this is the life, the society we live in now. But anyways,
yes, sir.
at the end of the day, guys, we're just talking. A lot of this
Mm.
is with humor. I'm just trying to be humorous, and a little bit funny, but some of it's real. And but yeah,
Oh,
thanks for listening.
humorous and a little bit funny.
Yeah, I guess those are the same thing. Uh, so thanks for listening. Let us know what you'd like to hear next on We're Just Talking. And yeah, anything you want to say, Mario?
Have a good night, everybody, and happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day. America is 2021 years old. I just saw that post. Have you seen those posts already?
That's just that's not true.
That's what I'm talking about. Those people who put those posts and they start saying things like that. That America's this old.
Jeez.
Anyways, all right. Thanks everybody. You guys have a good night.